Welcome to Gemini Art Creations. This is the place where we make cute stuff. This is Lena, and in this video, I'll be drawing Lily from Animal Crossing. Here's the items you'll need. So first, we'll sketch Lily's eyes. So now I'm drawing her left eye. And her eyes are shaped like an upside down cup, or maybe Super Mario Hills. So try to make sure the eyes are even. You can draw a line. Try to draw a straight line and see if you can even out the eyes. And her eyes don't perfectly go straight up. They do have an angle to them. So now I'm just sketching the top of her head. And just sketch her face. Just make a curvy line going downward. And now this is the bottom of her face, which it tends to be more flat instead of circular, so we'll flatten it out in a bit. So just we'll finish this side and just connect it, and just we'll flatten out her face like so. Nice. So next we'll draw the inside of Lily's eyes, which I find is the hardest part of drawing Lily because she has so many circles inside of her eyes. So try to draw a perfect circle as best as you can. And this circle, it's going to be pretty thick. So you draw one, and then you draw a smaller circle inside of it, like so. And then we'll darken this out and make it thicker. We're not going to connect the circle, so it's going to be kind of like a backward C, actually. And let's draw her eyelash that points up to the left. And then we'll draw another half circle. And let's move on to the other eye. So we're going to do the same thing. Let's draw a circle. And now we're going to draw her eyelash along with the backward C. Make it thick. And then connect it back to the eyelash, pointing up and to the left. And then we're going to make a small backward C. There we go. And now we're going to make her blush. It's kind of oval shaped. And we're going to try to line it up, make it even. Seems like the one on the left is a little bit lower than the one on the right. Let's check it with the line. Yep. So let's make it a little higher. And let's connect it. To the lower part of her face, like that. And let's check and make sure it's even. So the left side is a little bit too thin, so let's make that more thick. There we go. And let's draw her mouth. So I'm going to draw her mouth open. So I'm just coloring in a faint line, which is going to be her upper lip, which is a darker greenish blue color. And then let's draw the bottom part of her lip. And let's try to make sure it's even with the other side, like so. And let's draw her tongue. And try to make the sides symmetrical. So the right side is a little bit too high. So let's bring that down. Yep, like that. So now I'm drawing her body and I'm sketching her collar. And next, this is her dress. Let's make it flowy. And let's draw the other side of the dress. Let's add a bow with a belt, like this. And let's add some strands to the bow. Let's draw her arm. And let's draw the other arm to the side. And let's draw her leg. So I'm going to make her running. So her leg is sideways. And the other leg is going to be a little nub. And her foot is right below that. Now let's ink the drawing. Now I'm inking the thick part of her eye. That includes the eyelash. And let's do the other side. And let's outline her head. So I'd like to use a thin marker to outline the inside lines, and then a thicker marker for the outside lines. This tends to give it that coloring book look. Billy is my favorite Animal Crossing villager, actually. I have her in my town right now, in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So next, let's erase all the pencil lines, and this will give us a nice, clean image. Next, I'm coloring in the thick backward C with a thicker marker. And now I'm outlining the outside lines with the thick marker as well. If you don't prefer the thick line on the outside, you can always skip this step. Now we'll color her eyes and the tongue. They're the same color, they're orange. I'm using Copic markers, but you can use whatever you have on hand. You can use paint, you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils. Markers, you can use that as well. I'm coloring her skin. Her skin tone is it's like a greenish blue. And this is the closest color I had to her skin tone. I really don't like these marker lines on her face, so I'm doing long strokes to hide the marker lines. And you see how they disappear? And I'm going over it one more time. I highly recommend Copic markers if you have a chance to get some. They really do blend very well. So now I'm coloring a darker line on top of her lip. And then I'm coloring in the bottom part of her face, which it tends to be a cream color, off-white color, but again, I didn't have that color, so I had to use an extremely pale yellow. I'm just shading the inside of her mouth with a darker color. Adding some shading to her pupils, shading the tongue. I'm adding some polka dots into her dress. And then her bottom lip has a brownish tiny line. And I'm shading the dress here with some gray. What I'm using is called a colorless blender. It's for Copic markers, and it lightens the area. So it's used for blending and lightening the area. So I'm just adding some highlights here. I like to accent the piece with some acrylic paint. And I like going over the darkened lines with the white paint just to get rid of the ink lines. Next, I'm shading in the bottom part of her face with some colored pencil. I didn't have another color similar to the pale yellow that I used on the bottom part of her face in the Copic marker. And again, I'm getting rid of the blush ink line with the acrylic paint. And I'll just go over that with the Copic marker. And there we go. Lily is finished. Thanks for watching.